Welcome to DB Workshop channel. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Today we will discuss basic HTML coding. Let's start. Okay, this is the very basic program. We have started it, and it is just printing some kind of a heading and some text. Let's see what it is. It is a basic HTML program. Before we do that, we have to understand that HTML means hypertext markup language. This is the language that is being understood by any browser. So it is just a way to interact with the browser. So whatever the tags we write in a HTML will be understood by a browser, and it will display the data over there. So for every HTML document would have this HTML tag. So in HTML we have few predefined tags. For example, HTML is a tag over here, and it has a closing tag also. So it start with a less than sign and end with the greater than sign, and it would have a counter ending tag also. It is just a differencing with the forward slash, starting with a forward slash. So this is a starting tag and this is an ending tag. Whatever inside this tag is called as the data inside the HTML tag. So for any HTML document, the code has to be written inside this HTML tag. So this is the starting of the HTML tag and this is the ending of the HTML tag. So now inside the HTML tag we have a head tag over here, and second one we have a body tag over here. So first of all we will discuss a head tag. In a head tag we could have a title tag. So title is nothing, it is just displaying the name of the page. Let's see. So here it is written first page over here, so this is what the title is. So for now, if you want to write a title as a first page, we have to write it inside a head tag, and there we have to create a title tag, and inside the title tag we write the name of the title. And next one is the body tag. So we have to start the body tag from here and it ends here, and whatever inside the body tag will be displayed in the page. For example, here we have this text. This is just a part of the body. Now here we have a h1 tag. H1 is a heading. So we have a different kind of a heading in HTML. H1 is a first level heading, and we can have a different kind of heading like h2, h3 up to h6. Next one we have a paragraph tag. So now this text is a part of the paragraph. So if we want to create a paragraph, we just started with the p tag and ending with the p tag, and whatever we write inside it will be considered as a paragraph. And now here we have a italic tag. We can have a bold tag also. For example, if I write v over here, and now if I write /v, then that means this text will be treated as a bold. If I save it here and go back to the document, to the browser where I have opened this document, I click here, and now here this text is being bold, and now this is italic, and this is a h1 heading, and this is a paragraph, and this is a italic, and this one is a bold. So let's go back to the code again. So here we have, let me repeat, this is the main HTML tag. Inside it we have a head over here and we have a body over here. Inside the body we have a heading, and inside it we have a paragraph, and inside the paragraph we have here italic tag, and we have here bold tag. So every document have to be inside the HTML tag, and inside the HTML tag you can have a head tag and you can have a body tag. So let's start with the second example. Let's see this page. Now we have a heading over here, and we have a picture over here, we have some kind of paragraph over here, we have a list over here, and again another kind of list, and this is also another kind of list, and this is a drop down menu over here, and these are radio buttons. Let's understand it. Let me open this HTML document. These documents can be created in a notepad, and they have to be named like name of the document .html. Let me open it in notepad++. So here we have a HTML tag. Inside the HTML tag we have a head tag over here, and in the head tag we have a title, that is the first page. Let me close this tag, and we have a body tag over here. Inside the body tag we have a heading. Heading is saying HTML, heading is saying welcome to the tutorial. Now the next one is the image tag. So now this image, this is just a way of putting image. Now inside this image we have to specify that what image, from where we have to pick the image. So that means this is called the attribute of the image tag. So the attribute of the image tag, first one is a source, src is equal to, this is a predefined attribute, so we have to define the name of the file over here. So the folder from where I'm picking these files, I have a this image lying over here. So I'm just defining the name of the file, and it is lying in the same folder where the HTML file is lying, so it will automatically pick it up. So source equal to name of the file, so it is just referring to that file, and it has to be put inside the folder where this HTML file is lying. And now this is just an attribute of this image, that what would be the width of the file and what would be the height of this image. So width of the image, height of the image, these are the attributes, I mean features, I mean characteristics of this image. So it is telling, okay, take this picture from the same folder where we have a HTML file lying over there, pick this file and put it as an image, and but make sure that width is 200 and height is 200. So that's why here it has just put this image over here, and this is a heading. So let's see, here we have a heading over here, and then next one we have an image over there, and then we have a paragraph tag. Inside the paragraph we have this some kind of a text, and this is just for italic. If you want to do this part of the text inside the paragraph as italic, we have to start the italic tag, and this is just ending the italic tag. If I want to put this text as a bold, I have to open the bold tag, I close the bold tag over here, and this is just closing the paragraph. Now next one for ordered list, because I want to create a list over here, I have to open ordered list, and these are the items of the ordered list. Let's see. So I'm starting the ordered list over here, and this is just the ending tag of the ordered list, and now it has an attribute to start with 1. If I want to start with the 3, obviously I can do the start with 3, and I just save it, and I go back here, and I have to refresh it here or open it again. It is just starting with 3. So now inside the ordered list we can have a list items. So first one is this list. I can add more list over here. For example, so this is just one more list item, and now if I refresh the page over there, it will just add one more list item to this list. And second one, we have a unordered list. For example, I don't need a numbering, but still I need a list. So these are the list items: first list item, second list item, third list item. If I want to add more list item, I can add it. So here it is. It just added one more item. And now in the same way we can have a descriptive list, and this is just a text for the description, and this is just a description of the item, and this is just an item, and then this is just a description of that item. So in this way we can create a description list. And now the next one is a drop down. So for drop down, okay, this is just a heading. S6 is a heading. So we have just uh, created this heading with the h6. So now, as I told you, we have a h1 is a heading, and then we have a s2, we can have a s3, and we can have a h4 and h5 and h6. That's all. We don't have a s7. So we have only h1 to s6 headings. So h1 is just a bigger one, and h6 is the smallest heading we can have. So now h6 heading, let's see what kind of a heading it created. Let's see over here. So this is just a smaller heading we can have, and this is h1, so this is h6, but still it is a heading. Now we have created a paragraph next. So now this is a paragraph tag. We can write something over here, and now we have a drop down. So for drop down we have to start with the label, and I just created a label here, and it has to start with the for keyword. That means we have to name it as a for, and then we can have a select, we can have a select list over here, kind of a select drop down. So the keyword is a select, and its identifier ID is a cars, so it has to match with this for to make it work. And this is just a simply label, and the ID of this label is a cars, and we have to match this ID with this name. And for each car it will just create a drop down over here. So the select is over here, and this is the first option, this is the second option, this is third option, this is the fourth option. If you want to add one more option over here, we can add it. Something like this. So we can add a brand over here, maybe something we can add over here. So let's see. So this is a label over here, and this is a drop down. We can select any of the drop down from here. And next we have a radio buttons. So let's see the syntax. This is a heading only, s2 is a heading only, and for radio button we have to use this syntax. Input is a tag, and type, its a type is a radio, and its ID, whatever ID we want to make it. For example, if we want to make it its ID as a male, and then its name is gender, so these name must match to make it work. So for example, if I want to add one more label over here, for example, if I say other, name is gender only, we have to match it. This one is other, and now let's see it. So here we have a radio buttons. So this is just a basic HTML page. Let's start with the next one. Okay, this one is for headings. Let's see its code. Okay, the main tag is a HTML. Inside the HTML we have a heading for the head we have a title inside it. So let's close this one. Next we have a body. Inside the body we have a heading. This is a first level of heading, and we have a second level of heading, and we have a paragraph over here, then second level of heading, then paragraph, then third level of heading, fourth level of heading, fifth level of heading, sixth level of heading, and S7 there is no such a heading, so that's why it is not highlighted. Because I'm using Notepad++, I can use HTML over here because the extension of the file is HTML, so automatically it is using the language HTML, so that's why it is just highlighting the tags. Otherwise, if I use a simple Notepad, it won't highlight, it won't recognize the tag. But for now, the Notepad++ is able to recognize the tag, so that's why S7 there is no such a tag, so that's why it is not recognizing it. So we don't need to write it because there is no such a tag over. There is no such a tag called S7. Browser don't understand it. So let's save it and refresh it again. So here it is. So this is a H1 heading, this is S2 heading, this is S2 heading, this is a S3 heading, and then goes on S4, H5, H6, and this is no heading, this is a simple text over here, and these are the paragraphs. Okay, so going to the next document, let's run this first. Okay, here we have some kind of styles over here, and this is just a table. Inside the tables we have written some kind of headings and text. Let's see what it is. Let's open the document in a Notepad++. Here we have the document. The main is HTML. Here we have a head tag. Inside the head we are saying that okay, the name of the title of this HTML is bookstore. Let's see. Here it is. Bookstore is written over here because that's the title. And now we have a style over here, so we will discuss about a style within 2 minutes. So let's wait. First of all, we will discuss body. For the body tag we have a H1 heading over here, and then S2 heading, and then we have a paragraph, and then we have this main heading. Let's see, here it is. We have a main heading over here, and next we have a S2 heading, and then next we have a paragraph over here. Here it is, notes for learning PHP, and the next one is again headings, and then paragraphs, headings and paragraphs. So let's see this one, learn Perl. So this is a heading over here. Here it is, and now next this one, notes for learning Perl. If you see, this is a paragraph, and for this paragraph we have defined the attribute over here, and sometimes we have previously discussed that for any tag we can have attributes, and attribute is telling few things about that tag. For example, this is a paragraph and it's telling okay, for this paragraphs means starting from here ending here, so that means this paragraph starting from notes ending with the per. So for this paragraph you do these things. So because this is a paragraph, we can have a flexibility to do different things on it. So it is telling okay, set the attribute style. We need this kind of a style for this paragraph. So for example, a style is equal to font family. It is telling okay, what kind of font we have to use for this one. So it is telling okay, you use this kind of fonts for this paragraph. So that's why it is using. The next one is a S2 heading, and next one is a paragraph, and next one is S2 heading, and next one is a paragraph. For this paragraph, if you see here, it is saying that okay, use a cursive font. So now let's see notes for learning JSP, how it has written over there. So okay, it is just a cursive font it is using. Let's talk about a style. What the style is. Style is just making your page more fancy. It is just adding styles to your document. It is telling okay, regarding this body means starting from here ending here. So regarding this body, whatever inside this body, you do the following. It is telling whatever the background color you have to set. So this is just a predefined structures you have, a predefined syntax you have to use. So for example, if we want to do some kind of a styling on your document, you have two options. Either you, either you do the style on the tag level, here we have used this style on the tag level, or we can use it here in the head. In the head we can use a style tag, and in the style tag we can use a name. For example, for tag, for body tag we are using, that's why we are writing body. For this body, what kind of styles we want. So for example, this is a syntax over here. We have to use this bracket, ending this bracket, and it is telling that what kind of a background color we require. We require this background color. What kind of a margin left, I mean how much of space you have to left on the left side, what is the space you have to left on the right side, and what kind of a borders you have to make. It is telling okay, use 3 pixels and use a double line and use a black line, and it is telling that padding, and it is also telling what kind of a font you have to use. So it is using this kind of font, brush script empty. So that's it is. So because we are using this kind of a styling on the body, that's why the page appears in more fancy and more stylish as compared to the previous pages we have over here. So that is all about CSS. CSS means cascading style sheets. So we can either write this code inside the CSS file, or we can write it over here in the style tag. Let's move to the next document. Let's open it. Okay, here we have this document, and this is a heading over here. We previously discussed what is how we put a image over here, and this is just a paragraph over here. This is a heading, and these are just a kind of some kind of a paragraph over here, some kind of headings over here, and this is a hyperlink. So we will discuss this one, what is a hyperlink. Let's open this one in a notepad, and first of all, this is a HTML, okay, and this is a head. Head means it is just telling the title of the page. Let's close this, and we have a body tag over here. Inside the body we have a heading, and then next it is telling okay, use this image. So I have put this books.jpg in the same folder. Here I have books.jpg. So this is the image in the same folder where I placed this HTML file. So I'm writing over here, okay, put image in the HTML document very next to this heading, and source is telling what image, from where to pick the image. So it is just telling me the complete path, because there is no path for this document, for this image. So it will just look for the image document lying in the same folder where I have this HTML file placed. So because this file is placed here in the HTML folder, so it will look for books.jpg in the same folder. So that's why it just picked it up. And now we have a paragraph over here, and it is EM is for emphasis. It is just a kind of italic. And now this is again next heading, and here we have a hyperlink. So it is just creating a hyperlink, and it is telling where to go. If we click on here, A is a tag over here, and it is a starting A, and this is ending A, and the name of this, whatever we write inside this A tag, will be created as a hyperlink, something like this here. So it is telling where to go. If I click on it, it is just telling the reference. You just open this document, because this could be a URL, this could be a path, or this could be a simple name of the document, because there is no URL and there is no path. So it will look for the same document in the same folder where I have placed this document. So it is taking us to the chapter3.html. Let's see. If I click on here, it is taking me to the previous document, that is the chapter3.html. If I go back, I'm coming here. So that's why I have a 2-3 more options over here. Same way, if I click on it, it is taking me to the students.html. So that's all about this document. Let's discuss the next one. We have this is the last document we have to discuss, students.html. So it is just a kind of table over here, and some kind of a let's see what it is. Let's open the document. This is HTML tag, and then next one is a heading tag, head tag, and here we have a student dot index. And now previously we have used a style tag over here in the heading. Now we are using CSS file. CSS file is the same as we have over here. This is the style tag. The same thing can be done if I copy this and put it in a file. So here I am doing the same thing. I have created test.css. So where it is? Here it is. So let me open this one. It is just telling me, okay, when you create a table, you use these kind of styles. When you use a table heading, you use this kind of a style. When you use a body, you use this kind of a styles for body. For th, for td, I mean table division and table heading, you use this kind of style. For ordered list, you use this kind of style. So these kind of a style, we are placing it in a file instead of putting it in a style. Either I can do this way, because when you create a website and when you create a many HTML document, it is very cumbersome to place style in every HTML page, because you might have a different pages over there. So you want to make the things in a one place, a centralized place. So you create a simple one CSS file, and from every HTML file you just call that CSS file. So here it is. So the syntax is, you use a link tag over here. In the link tag you tell that, okay, this is a style set, and you use this document to know what kind of styles we need, and here it is all in head tag. The next one, we have a body. In the body we have just started, br is for a new line, and we have just a div tag is just creating the division. And the next one, first one, I'm using a link over here for a new student. Here it is. So it is just writing a new student and creating a link. The next one, I'm creating a table. So table is just creating a table for me. So it created a table. So here, this is the table we have. We are talking about that table. Inside the table, it is telling, okay, make a border of size 5. What kind of a style you want to use? It is telling, okay, for this table you use a border of 5 pixels, and that table border should be a solid, and it should be a double line, and it should be a black in color. So that's what it is. It is just using that kind of a border for table. And inside the table you have these kind of table headings. These are basically the columns. ID name is. So this is how you create a table over here. And this is tr is for table row, because first of all you have created a table heading. Now the next is a table body, and inside the table body you need rows, first row, second row, third row, and for every row you have to create a table divisions, I mean cells in every row. So for example, first one is the ID. So for the first row, for this table, the first row is this one, and first division is ID, and second one is this name and age and roll number. For example, if I want to add one more row over here, how I do it? I just copy it, and I will place it here. If I say the ID is 1, name is AA is roll number is something like location mobile. And now if I don't want to put it here, something like this, so I will say okay. So now if I write it, I have created a one more row, and I'm telling that okay, in the first column you write this, in the second column of this row you write these values. So let's see. Okay, because we have written one over here, so that's why it is coming one, and then let's match the code. Okay, for now I have created this row, and for the first for this row, for the first cell I have written 1, so that's why 1 is coming over here, and then AA, and then 20. So in this way you can create a tables inside your HTML, and you can use this kind of reference. For example, I have user reference over here. If I click on it, it can take me to some other page, HTML page, that can do a different kind of a functionality. If I click on it, if I want to edit the records, I can create a one more HTML page where I can do the editing. If I want to delete the record, I can click on here and it will take me to the some other page where I can do the delete stuff. Log out, if I just click on here, and it can log me out from here. So this is all about a basic HTML. Next we can learn about forms, how we create a forms, and the next we can learn what are the JavaScripts, and how we use Ajax. That kind of things we will be doing in the next session. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so.